What's going on? You're on Running Back Philly.
Hey, what's going on? It's Daddy Taylor from Jersey.
What's up, man? Shout out to Jersey.
You already know. Hey, listen, real quick, what I called in for, because I really haven't heard a lot of people speaking on it. I mean, I throw it out there a time or two. Hey, I'm curious to know when the league is going to step in and try to, resolve this Ben Simmons thing. I mean, it's nice that we want to try to wait for Harden, which is, my opinion, is a pipe dream. You know what I mean? The guy's like, 34, right? And we're going to wait for this guy and hope, you know what I mean, that, we can sway him to come over. I just thought by now, between the Players Association, Players Union, or what have you, and the owners, because at the end of the day, let's keep it all the way funky. At the end of the day, these owners are sitting back there rooting for the Sixers to, wring them dry. Because, part of this is, management want to do their thing, but the other owners, too, they don't want the Sixers to give in, because if this happens now, the inmates are running the asylum. Please be clear. Yeah. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you figure the NBA needs to find a way to, mediate this. Like, I've heard people say, if this was the Lakers and LeBron, right? You get it done. We don't want these things lingering. And remember in the down years with, I think we had, when we were struggling bad, and Hinkie was making a mockery of the league, and the league had to step in, right?
Yeah.
They had to step in and put in Colangelo, right, to oversee it. So I'm just wondering, when is this going to happen? At some point in time, you got to put it into it, because at the end of the day, we can say that he's wasting Embiid's, better years, but at the same time, let's be realistic. You got a position, you're only, 2 games out of first? I mean, this team right now, let's be clear. Let's be absolutely clear. I always got my sayings for you when I call in. I mean, I watch the Sixers and they fight hard, right, against the better teams. But let's be clear, man, being this gaping hole in the roster, we're like a one-legged man in an ass contest. We really can't win. You understand what I'm saying? So we put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we already know what it's going to be like when we go up against Milwaukee and things of that nature.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
understand?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say about our record right now being 2.5 games out. But when you think about Miami, Chicago, Milwaukee, we can beat up on Boston, Toronto, Washington, Atlanta, New York, Indiana, Detroit, Orlando, but does it actually matter? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why you look around the league and you be like, there's a lot of bad teams that you could just bottom feed off of and get your wins up. It looked like something, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. So you're absolutely right in that regard. But like I said, I would prefer some type of shooting, because when you go up against Milwaukee, I don't know what Toronto's playoff run is looking like, but certain teams they're gonna hit you with the zone. I know the Hornets gonna hit you with a zone again. You know what I mean? And right now, that's your Achilles heel right now.
All these teams are going to hit the zone. Miami, Chicago, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Charlotte.
Yeah, they're going to zone you up.
Yep.
They're going to zone you up. So at some point in time, we got to try to, solve this riddle in regards to what we're going to do with Ben Simmons. But I really think a good portion of it is, in my humble opinion, is that management, you know what I mean, not just Sixers, man, but other owners are like, you bet not. Because you got to know they're waiting for this next collection CBA agreement to come up. Because, they're going to change everything. These five-year, $200 million contracts now going to be like 2- and 3-year deals. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I remember they said when Ben Simmons comes in the league, he's going to change the league. Yeah, he will. He's going to change it in the bad, because it's going to mess all these other players' money up.
So, hey, he lived up to the hype. He's changing the league.
Yeah, he's changing everything. The landscape of the NBA will not be the same, because this guy is scared to put his big boy drawers on and get out there and face the media. And my last point, I swear I got to go. What I find disturbing through all this Ben Simmons, yada, 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 because I remember this one show, I think you were up, and he was supposed to do the press conference.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably supposed to sit there in front of the media, and they had like 4,500 people waiting for this clown, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like 5 minutes later, and it's like 5 after 12, and it's like, oh, what's going on? It's a delay, da-da-da. And the next thing you know, it's canceled, and that's when he got purposely thrown out of, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think had he faced the music, you know what I mean? Like so many other people just face the music, I got to do better. You know what I mean? Whether it's guy getting caught with steroids, drunk, whatever, they stand there and they take it. You know what I mean? Had he stood there and he took it rather than run, I think the city and the Sixer fans all over would they would look at him with not so much disdain, but I look at you look at him and you be like, yo, dude, what type of coward are you? This ain't got nothing to do with basketball at all. It's about, you know what I mean? You can't put no mental or on the fact that, pardon my French, you a bitch. You know what I mean? You straight bitched up, and that ain't had nothing to do with no mental whatever. Face the music. You got exposed as a fraud. We see through you. And Rich Paul, quite frankly, if I'm Rich Paul at some point in time, I may want to get rid of you as a client. Because, real talk, because, I know they told this man to work on this game. And now I got to go and reshape. I got to rearrange everything we do here to protect the fact that you've been exposed and you don't want to go back to the city. Hey, man, I ain't going to keep you. Always a blast talking. Yo, you be safe and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call. What a guy. Shout out to Jersey. The first thing is, how can the NBA step in? You know what I mean? Like, we're sitting around saying, how can the NBA let this continue and how can the NBA not step in or whatever? What more can they do? The guy signed a contract. He's refusing to play. I mean, if I sign a contract to do a job, they can't arrest me. All they can do is say, hey, you're not getting the money that we agreed to pay you for doing this job. So he's already taken that. He's been fined over $9 million. If the Sixers agree to keep paying him because he pulled out the mental health card and he knows and they know that that's something the Sixers can't do anything about, then that's a different story. But you can't – what more can they do? The NBA could step in and tell the Sixers, hey, if you're paying this guy, you need to stop paying him because he's not performing. He's not doing what he signed on to do, and this is bad for the league. This is bad for contracts in the future. This is bad for everything. Eric, they can sue him. You're right. They could sue him eventually and make him, I guess, pay back any money that he was paid while he was refusing to come back to the team. But, like, right now, it's not like the NBA can step in and say, Ben, you have to play, get on the court. He could still say, no, I'm not doing it, like he's saying right now. So, I don't know what the NBA could actually do stepping in, but, that's just me.